Since the re-release of Old Town Road back in March of 2019, it didn't take long for Lil Nas X to become one of the most talked about artists in the music industry. And with a flow that runs smoother than Usain Bolt coupled with beats that hit harder than Mike Tyson, his rise to the top was no surprise at all. That being said, Lil Nas X has always been a little different, a fact that is somewhat emphasized by his latest announcement. For those of you who might not have heard it yet, Lil Nas X is currently pregnant and is waiting for the arrival of his newest bundle of joy. So keep watching till the end of the video to get all the details on Lil Nas X's pregnancy and everything you need to know about how it actually happened. Interact with us, subscribe and hit the notification button to be notified when we upload more content. Don't forget to leave a like and comment down below if you like the video and have something to say. Also feel free to suggest any types of videos you'd like to see on this channel. Again, thanks for stopping in. Now let's go. Lil Nas X announces the impossible. Having just recovered from being a viral sensation with the release of his newest music video, Montero, Call Me By Your Name, Lil Nas X has successfully secured himself some more airtime by surrounding himself with another controversy that has rubbed a few people the wrong way. We are of course referring to his announcement on Instagram a few days ago when he declared that he's actually pregnant with little baby by the name of Montero. For those of you who don't know, Lil Nas X's full name is Montero Lamar Hill, with the name Montero also being used to title his upcoming studio album, which is said to be set for release in the coming month. To celebrate this incredible announcement, Lil Nas X took to Instagram where he shared a number of pictures of him posing with this swollen belly in the classic style of a maternal photo shoot. But it goes without saying that this was no ordinary maternity shoot, especially considering that Lil Nas X is a man that shouldn't have the biological ability to bear children. It's not exactly rocket science, but since men aren't born with wombs, they simply don't have the capacity to be pregnant, causing his fan base and the public in general to become a little concerned with what Nas was doing online. Adorned with fresh flowers on his head and wearing a flowing white gown and pants, Lil Nas kneeled beside a pool holding on to his pregnant belly, and even shared a picture of his sonogram which showed that his little bundle of joy was doing very well. He then went on to capture the selection of his photographs from his shoot with the title, "Surprise, I can't believe I'm finally announcing this. My little bundle of joy, Montero, is due September 17th, 2021. As impossible as it seemed, this announcement was clear as day. Somehow Lil Nas had gotten himself pregnant with a little baby. But since pictures can be deceiving, the artist decided to take his announcement a step further, also releasing a video of himself shirtless in the same white pants holding onto his bulging belly. And for those of you who don't think that this was a simple beer gut, take a look at the footage and you'll see why the internet was so confused. The man was clearly bearing a child and we had absolutely no idea how this could have happened. Did Lil Nas get some kind of operation done after officially announcing at the end of Pride Month that he was a fully fledged member of the gay community? Or was the explanation a lot simpler than this? Suffice to say, the internet went on to react in some of the craziest ways possible with the intention of finding out more. So before we move on to how this all happened in the first place, let's take a look at the public response to this controversial announcement. The public response to Lil Nas X being pregnant. First up was a Twitter user by the name of White People Can Be Born Racist, who clearly has some issues of their own. When addressing the controversial pregnancy photos and announcement, the user went on to say the following about Lil Nas X and the scenarios he found himself in over the last few months. Lil Nas X goes from one outlandish antic to the next. You'll never see a white, Asian, Hispanic, or Arab equivalent to him in the entertainment industry. Those communities would not tolerate that crap. Black people, sooner or later, were going to make an example out of black. Surprisingly enough, this user was not alone when it came to thinking this way. Head on over to the tweet and you'll find a number of responses hating on Lil Nas X for purposely degrading the African people as a whole and calling on the broader community to cancel him for going too far. Comedian Donnell Rawlings, who many have compared to the likes of Dave Chappelle, also had a lot to say on the topic, stating that he was all for freedom and whatnot, but had no idea how he was going to explain the situation to his son. Other responses were a lot more hateful though. A user by the name of Marcus Morris Sr. Burner, for example, accused Lil Nas of using his artistic vision to push an agenda of sorts. In his own words, he goes on to say, "This little gay act you've been putting on for likes and follows is not funny and is losing my interest. I'm now unfollowing you plus ratio." Lil Nas knew precisely how to deal with this negativity though, retweeting some of these ridiculous reactions and pointing out that he was never out to represent himself as a person. While others might see him as a black artist who represents a community, he simply sees himself as an artist, regardless of his color, sex, or gender. And essentially, that's all it came down to. People were downright mad at the superstar for not acting in a way that was deemed acceptable of a black man or any man in general, and with one final sentence, Lil Nas then left the situation in the best way possible, saying goodbye to Twitter by posting the following: "Let me get offline. All this negative energy is not good for the baby." Those weren't the only reactions though. As it turns out, quite a few fans were on the side of their favorite artist, expressing just how much they loved the announcement and couldn't wait to meet the baby Montero themselves. Peaches, Fabian, Lamar, for example, posted a picture of a pregnant Cosmo from the cartoon Fairly Odd Parents, pointing out that y'all mad at Lil Nas X but was watching this Fairly Odd Parents episode. Chloe Bailey, the world-renowned songstress, also voiced her support for Lil Nas X and his new bundle of joy. Commenting on his Twitter post, she conferred all the luck in the world, stating, "LMAO, you're amazing. Congrats, baby daddy." So it seems like not everyone was rubbed the wrong way by this announcement. Now let's get into the science behind Lil Nas X's pregnancy. But how was it that Lil Nas got pregnant in the first place? Well, we live in a strange world where gender and sex are starting to lose all meaning. At least that's what the right-wingers of the world would want you to believe. So to hit back at the idea that men can bear children, even though trans men can, Lil Nas X decided to bring the world's attention to this problem by making himself a conduit for the message. In other words, the man isn't really pregnant, boys and girls. The bundle of joy he has been talking about is his newest studio album, Montero, which will be hitting a music store near you on September 17th. No science here, just brilliant marketing and an additional message of acceptance. That's Lil Nas X in a nutshell. But what do you think about Lil Nas X making use of a maternal photo shoot to advertise his upcoming album while bringing the message of acceptance to the world? Do you agree that he should be acting differently based on how people expect him to act as a black man? Or do you lean towards him doing whatever he wants to be and what he wants to do? Either way, we love for you to join the conversation and let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. That's the end of today's video. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and comment below who you'd like to see next. Also, subscribe and hit the notification bell if you're new to the channel to be notified when we upload more content. Thanks a lot.